Hi everyone, Michelle here from the Dragonfly Method, otherwise also known as the Dragonfly Healing Spirit. And I'm here with episode 4 today, and I'm going to be showing you the tools that I use within my healing sessions. So here, because he's so large, I thought I'd introduce him first. This is Honey Bear. He is your stand-in. He is the one that I work on, and he is cuddly, he's cute. I clear his energy after every session. So he is here to represent you, my client. So I would place crystals on him, around him. I would work my Reiki over him, and he actually just helps me focus in on where you might actually be needing additional energy, and also helps me focus in with extra sort of the auric fields. I find that working with honey, he just helps me find those blockages, what I like to call debris, within your auric field so that we can clear those out. So I'm just going to, because I know this is going to be he's going to knock things over, I'm just going to pause the video, and then we will, I'll be back with once I've put Honey Bear aside. Hi, so I'm back. Honey Bear has been put aside, and we are going to chat about the things that I use in my healing sessions. I just need to try and get this autofocus correct. I think that's going to be okay. There we go. If we need to, I will adjust that again. As I said in my previous video, if you saw episode 3, I do apologize for the camera quality. I'm hoping to get a new camera soon, but for now, let's just, I didn't want to leave anybody hanging with what we are doing right now. So one of the first things that I do when I start a healing session, so I would open the healing circle, and I actually use my pendulum to do that. And I do have a video on Instagram where it shows me opening a healing, I'm just trying to get a better focus here, where I show doing the opening of a healing session. So this is one of the pendulums I use. This is the one that I use most frequently. I do have about 10 others. It just depends on where I'm drawn to, but 9 times out of 10 this is the one that's been allocated to my healing. And this is a apophyllite, and I just find that it actually works really, really well. So that is my pendulum, and I use that to open the session as well as to check in with each and every one of your chakras to see where you need healing the most. And the way I do that is I have this beautiful pendulum board made for me by Kim Dreyer, and you can see we've got all the chakras listed, different ways of healing. We then can ask yes/no questions as well. So I work with the pendulum board just to get a little bit of extra insight before I even start with my session. Then I set up a board that looks like this. So in conjunction with Honey Bear, I work with a board like this, and I actually place the crystals. Let me just show you. I have a little bowl of crystals here in a selenite charging bowl. So they're always charged, they're always cleansed, and I will then, as I work on each chakra, I will place it here, and then when I get into the main healing session where I work with Honey Bear, I have another set that I will work using on him. So slightly bigger crystals will get placed on Honey Bear. So that is how I work with that. What some people don't know is that I don't only work with these 7 chakras. I work with the one that's below the feet at the bottom. I work with one that's above the head. So I work with the Earth Star as well as the Soul Star as well, because that gives us just that extra little bit of information. So the Soul Star, I will use a clear quartz crystal, and for the Earth Star, I use a snowflake obsidian. So that's my little selenite bowl with my crystals in. And then I also place crystals right around the edges. So I do have a large amount of crystal points. I'm just grabbing a handful out of the box just to show you. So I have a whole lot of crystal points that I work with, and I will place these around as well. So depending on where I feel that they are needed, and I make sure that the energy is directed with the point as well. So I work with quite a few. I have a large amount of these, always needed. I always feel like I don't have enough. So that is the board. Then I have a lot. I've got 9 boxes like this, filled with a variety of different color crystals. So I have one for each chakra. So here we have the throat, here we have the third eye, here we have the orange, which is our, let me just get that out the way. So I have a variety of different crystals in each one, and I use these to create crystal grids. So depending on what is needed, I will create a crystal grid using sometimes a combination of the crystals, depending on which chakras are needed, or just one crystal. And I open that crystal grid at the beginning of the session, and I keep it open for 24 hours. So that keeps sending energy to the person I've read with. I mean, how beautiful is that one? Don't know if you can see it. These are so beautiful. I just wish my camera was better quality that you could actually see these. So that was our sacral. Here we have a little bag of blue tourmaline. And you can see the variety of different blue stones here as well that I use. So as I said, I have 9 little boxes, and they all have a variety of the color crystals that I'm needing. So this is your blue kyanite. We have some blue lace agate there. And I see I got quite a few crystal points in there. You'll find crystal points everywhere where I work. It's one of my favorite stones to work with. So then, once I've opened the crystal grid and I have checked the chakras, and before I start with Honey Bear, I do almost like a mini meditation for myself to get myself into the right space. And I use these 2 smoky quartz crystals. I keep them in my hand, and I charge them with the energy that is needed for the session. These I place one at the foot and one at the head of Honey Bear, just to keep us grounded and in the right space and protect us from any negativity. So I use my 2 smoky quartz. If I feel I need a little bit of extra vuma, I have this smoky quartz as well. And then I have a beautiful clear quartz crystal and an amethyst wand as well. So these are all crystals that I will use and place around Honey Bear. Then when I'm working on Honey Bear to direct energy in various ways, I will either use the selenite, or I have this beautiful wand that I use as well. This one is actually excellent for psychic surgery. So if I am doing any cord cuttings and I'm wanting to, or I'm wanting to clear debris, I use this. I actually would like to get myself like a little, I know this is probably going to sound strange, but almost like a little witch's broom, just to clear the extra debris that sometimes gets left behind in our auric field. I find this helps me direct the energy, where like a little broom, I actually just use my hands in like a movement like that to clear. So this is the one that I use. And sometimes if I find I need a little extra vuma, I use this one. So if I'm needing some extra energy, a little bit of more, I don't know what the word is, direction, I use this one. Now, one of the things I do use quite often, I used to send my clients a little video of these being used so that they can tell me where they feel it prior. I found that that was created a bit of a delay, and clients weren't getting back to me prior to the session, so I wasn't prepared for the session as I would like to be. But I then instead I tune in and I use my own intuition to use the tuning forks. So I don't know if you'll hear this. So this is a tuning fork, and I will do that, and I'll place it on Honey Bear as well, depending on where the extra energy is needed. Can you hear the difference? If you can hear these, let me know in the comments section which of these you actually feel the most, and tell me where in your body you feel it. That one's vibration always gets me. So I'm going to go through all of them, and you can let me know where you feel them in your body, how it makes you feel, because I find it very fascinating to see how these actually affect people. So what I do is, once I tune into the energy, I call on my clients' spirit guides to direct me as to which of these will be best suited. Otherwise, I use all of them. Sure, this one affected me quite a bit today. So there we go, another little video of what I use in the healing session. So in my previous video where I discussed my cards that I use in healing sessions, if you would like to see a sort of a behind the scenes sample healing session, I can maybe set up a camera to watch me. I don't know how much interest there is for something like that, a behind the scenes look at what is actually going on. If you would like to see something like that, you're welcome to comment below. If there is anything that you would like to know, if you have any questions about my healing sessions, because my healing sessions are very different to what everybody else does. I have developed how I read, how I work with all these tools over the last probably 10 years or so. So this has definitely become, the dragonfly method has become the way I carry out a distance healing session. So it won't look like anything that anybody else does. So if you'd like to know more, if you'd like to ask any questions, or if you'd like to see more, please pop me a comment below and I will make sure I get onto that. So in my next video, I think what I'm going to do is maybe change things up a little bit, and I'm going to look at some of the decks that I've got in the last 5 years, because I haven't posted any deck reviews or unboxings for 5 years. So we can go back and have a look and see what stands out for me. So those that have followed me previously who were there for the deck reviews, I'm still going to do those. I'm still going to post unboxings. So this will be a slightly different setup. And I also will be posting meditations for you as well. So I'll have a separate little playlist with meditations in, and I will be doing one a month on that. And the first one will come probably the end of August. So if there's anything else you'd like to see on my channel, please let me know. If you are enjoying, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe so you know when I post again. And I hope to get a new camera soon. Lots of love, light, and blessings. Bye-bye.